Hello, this is Rose Diamonds from Tribe in Transition, and this is the second conversation in a series where I'm exploring what it might mean to be part of a tribe in transition. In other words, what kind of qualities you might have that might identify with you as being in a conscious transition, moving towards becoming a whole new human, creating a whole new world. And in the first of this series, I talked about how when we're in this kind of conscious transition, we choose to trust life, even when times are difficult and hard and challenging. Rather than feeling victimized by our experience, we choose to see that whatever is happening as part of a bigger picture and leading us, offering us the opportunity to extend our skills, to grow, to become more of who we can be. So that's the first quality identified. The second one that I want to talk about now is that I think when we're on a conscious transition, we have an attitude that sees life as an adventure. And it's quite common these days to talk about life as a journey, and it's a word I've used a lot. I talk about the soul journey, that we're here as part of an unfolding soul journey. But if you think about it, journeys can have many different forms. You look at people going to work. I've sometimes sat on the commuter trains of people going to work in London, and everybody's kind of crammed in, standing up. They've all got their cell phones on. Nobody's in contact with anybody else. Nobody's in contact with the environment. They're just simply getting from A to B as fast as they can, and they did it yesterday, and they're going to do it tomorrow, and it's part of a routine. That is a particular kind of journey, but that's not the kind of journey I'm talking about. I'm talking about a journey which is an adventure. So what does it mean to approach life with a spirit of adventure? I think it means, in my experience, it means to constantly have an attitude of curiosity, and to know that I'm actually not creating things on my own, but I'm always in a conversation with something bigger than myself. So if I take, for example, the fact that I'm now about to relaunch my website, and I've got a whole plan for how I want to unfold all the work I've done for Tribe in Transition. This is like a linear plan. It's a set of goals. And it's good to have that. It's important when you're creating a project, if you're creating a business, whatever it is you want to create. It's really good to have these ideas, an idea of where we want to get to. There's a vision, there's a big vision, and then there's intentions, and there's signposts along the way. These keep us focused, keep us on track, because otherwise, if I go too much with the flow, I'm all over the place. Nothing actually ever gets completed. So having this sort of sense of this is where I want to get to, and this is when I'd like to get there, keeps me focused. It keeps me moving forward. But on the other hand, if I get too tied down to my goals, if I get too attached to particular outcomes, then I tend to start constricting and contracting. And I'm no longer open. I'm no longer in this spirit of adventure. An adventure is open. So I set off with an intention, but I'm very open to everything that's coming towards me, which is informing me of what this adventure might be. So that's why I love conversation, actually, which is a really important part of the work of Tribe in Transition, is that when we come together in conversation, I come with my viewpoint, you come with your viewpoint. If there's 20 of us having the conversation, we have 20 different viewpoints, and there's obviously some underlying unity in that. But it's through expressing these differences that something new emerges. And it's the same with approaching life with a spirit of adventure, that I'm open to being part of a universal conversation. The universe is talking to me all the time. I've just written a blog post about the paradigm shift. I'm talking about how I live here at the moment in North Wales, I'm living on a hill, have this beautiful view of this beautiful panorama from the Snowdonia mountain range right through to Cardigan Bay, stunning. And I'm living quite a solitary life here. And at the same time, I feel like information is coming to me every day. I ask a question and the answers come. It may come through a book, it may come through something I watch on TV, it may come through a conversation I have with somebody online, it might come from just lying on the ground and looking at the sky, come from the clouds, or watching a bird or an animal. Information comes to us all the time. This is what it means to be part of the universe, part of the one life. And if we're closed, if we're too attached to particular outcomes, we're not open to receive the information that's coming in. We're not open to exploration. So for me, approaching life with a spirit of adventure means being open, being willing to change course, being willing to take in other people's points of view. It means having an attitude of curiosity and experimentation. And experimentation is such a great thing, because if I approach life from a place of experimentation, it means there is no success or failure. Everything is just a new play. I'm playing with this. I'm seeing what will happen. If I do this, what will happen? Where will this lead to? Rather than, I know what's going to happen and I know what's going to lead. I don't know. None of us know. So I think this attitude, spirit of adventure, and this attitude of curiosity and experimentation really keeps us open and alive and creative. It's really part of the creative process. So I'll just leave you with that thought today. That's being part of a tribe in transition, transitioning from the old paradigm of isolation to the new paradigm of interconnectedness, is that we are part of a universal conversation. We each have our part to play, and that the most interesting way possibly that we can play our part is by adopting a spirit of adventure, an attitude of curiosity and experimentation. Thanks for listening.